what's up? DNLdidit, and what I'm gonna do is play a clip with IshMilly and 19 Keys discussing racism with Bored Ape Yacht Club and how it could affect other ape brands in the NFT space. Check it out. Oh, by the way, Rich Ape Gang.
We got images from some white boys that gave us some apes, and we had to build brands based on those apes. And if we look back and those apes could be connected to a form of racism, what did that say about us? I would not want our wealth to
But
be
that's
built.
inconclusive, though. You can't say without a benefit of doubt that it's racist, though, right? When there's a definition for what aping means in the context of crypto in general. Like, here's where I'm coming from, right? Do you think this helps us? Do you think this helps us as a people? Hold on, let me explain. Let me ask you a question.
I didn't see aping as a term till Bored Ape.
Say that again.
I did not hear aping as a term until Bored Ape Yacht Club.
I mean, we're all learning crypto, right? There are people that bought crypto punks before you and I knew about NFTs in 2017 that knew about the term aping. This is historical, bro.
I've been in crypto.
It's all on the blockchain, my guy.
Oh.
If you go on the blockchain and you ask anybody who has a crypto punk, the apes were the most expensive crypto punks.
But before that, it was the crypto punks. And
my point is, the crypto punks have apes in the collection that are some of the most expensive crypto punks. So and this preceded the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Bro, is there any other time in history that the apes have been utilized when they put characters on it from all different cultures and it was in a good context?
You know what? I'm not an historian. I don't know. Now, I can't undermine the fact that there's racism out there. I'm not one of these guys going to say, some of these projects aren't racist, right? But to categorically pick out the Bored Ape Yacht Club and say this is a racist collection, this is being done to make fun of black people, I disagree with that.
You always go at who's ever at the top. So anytime you have the top project and you represent the NFT space, you're always going to be target of criticism, right? And I think that once you take that space, you rightfully take that criticism on because you are a billion-dollar company. And anytime anything generates billions of dollars, then I think it's they can handle the criticism no matter where it comes from. And then if there is that criticism, then it is up to the founders, not the people who buy into it. It's up to the founders to categorically make statements and say that we have no connection to do with any of these things. But
they did that. But do you know they did that?
I heard any of the founders. I haven't seen a single video of one of the founders speaking before.
Okay, let me show you this. Bored Apes respond to racist allegations. They did respond. Like I said, this is old news. You guys are bringing up stuff that was discussed and debunked back in January.
But I mean, Instagram is for content. I think that if a person decides that they want to have a conversation around the brand, that's $1 billion brand, and we've seen black people jump into it easier than any other project on the market and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think that it's okay for criticism. And like you said, the guy who created if I'm right, I think it was a white guy who first made the connection between the Nazism. It wasn't a black person.
That doesn't make him right, though. You should read this article. I said Bored Ape Yacht Club finally responds to neo-Nazism accusations. And this article was dated back in February of this year. So
they got $1 billion. They not go. Now they are working with PR firms, management firms, hedge funds, big brands. Of course they better put out a goddamn PR statement.
If someone alleges that you're something, it's only right that you defend yourself. So give them that benefit of doubt, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Here's the thing about it, and you, my bro, I love you, bro. And I know I know a brother that got 16 apes, and he done made all kind of money, right? And the reason I have been chilled on that project because I just been focused on my own. But I don't have to ignore a conversation around a project because I feel like it may hurt that project, right? I think at the end of the day, when I feel like we don't own something, I really don't have I don't have a monkey in the fight. But the reason I've been chilled on, and this is an interesting time in NFT history, because I think that the transition is good where it's going towards value and utility based. And I've just said it on Market Mondays that I admire the way that they built the project. I think that they are a case study for how you build a project, a community, a brand, a culture, cultism, a multitude of different things. I think that the Nazis and the Soviet Union, right, and all of them during that time were the greatest branders and users of symbols, period, to ever exist. They were the greatest. They built the foundation of this shit.
Right.
So I think somebody that is good at it, they go study the shit and they go learn from it. Perhaps they were studying in it and they wanted to use direct reference, right? And maybe there's a reason why they became the greatest NFT project thus far, because there's a certain science of branding that when you use it, it does work.
Well, there's a tweet that was brought out by Yuga Labs, that was put out by Yuga Labs in response to this, and I, in doing my due diligence, took both perspectives and made an informed decision, right? And I think that a lot of other people did that, and I urge everyone who's investigating this matter to actually listen to both sides of it. I think it's a disservice to us as a people because what happens is when people hear the statements like, oh, the Bored Apes are racist, a lot of people shut down NFTs and miss out on a revolutionary, liberating technology that will benefit a lot of Black people and has benefited a lot of Black people, yourself and myself included, right? So I feel like it's something that has to be, handled with care, and there's a responsibility that people have when they have an audience that looks at them as a thought leader, to not just over sensationalize shit, right? And minus my investment, if I didn't have a dog or a monkey in this fight, just off the trust and love for you brothers, I would assume that what you guys are saying is right. But I stand corrected. You guys are wrong on this. I think it's just one of those things where, if you dig down and you look into it, this represents opportunity, not racism. This represents, an opportunity to do it our way, right? This is a template that we can build on. It's not something for us to and diminish. That's just my opinion.
So I think that this is like where they was coming from, right? When you look at and maybe they decided that this is what they want to use, that the teeth and representation of this was a certain amount of teeth that represents a Nazi, that the design, whatever it may be. I don't think you can get away from the template of placement, angle, and teeth and all of those different things and say, well, we took some inspiration and we wanted to utilize that. I think that when it first came out, there was a lot of people, before this shit came out, there was a lot of people saying that monkey shit don't look right. Before there was this website, there was a lot of Black people saying that I don't like the monkey shit. I don't like the NFT thing. It don't make sense. I didn't like the fact that everybody was copying them, because where does culture come from? Culture often comes from blindly copying things and then implementing it. Oftentimes, you're not the source of culture. You copy it and then it becomes part of the culture and everybody utilizes it, right? Black people have copied certain things from rednecks in the South and ghetto people in England and utilize it in our vernacular, and we call it ebonics when you do your study in history. And now we consider that to be culture. You understand me? And so I think that it's the best thing you can ever do is to study, research, investigate. You understand me? And to know what you're getting in at all times. And anytime I don't feel like it's Black owned, I really don't give a damn, because the realization for me is the fact that the whole idea of Web3 was for democratization of wealth. And it can't be democratized if it is centralized by a certain group of people who have the most power within it. And so I think we get in, we make our money, or we accept the racism. The same way we still invest in the stock market, but I'm sure there's a lot of racism in the top 5 companies. But I don't think
there's in the top 5 companies. You can, none of them have clean hands, right? So my point is, do we snub this asset class because of an allegation?
No, not the asset. Hell no. We still doing. But here's how dangerous that is. If we let a small group represent the entire asset class, then they own and control it. And I think that
what is the point of attacking this small group?
Because if I have to kiss their ass in order for NFTs to work, fuck NFTs. That's my thing. my whole thing is I got my own community. Them boys were not known, not millionaires before they got on. They don't have that power. I think that people allow people to become gatekeepers and decide what is okay and what's not okay, right? And same thing when they was doing the NFTs on Clubhouse, and they was like, yo, if you don't go through this and act like you know who we are, we're somebody. I was like, man, forget all that. I got my own community. I will bring people in this space in a completely different way. I don't need the because the idea was it is not about just buying pictures, it's about understanding it and how you can utilize it in entrepreneurship, business, efficiency, and understanding the underlying technology. And so NFTs as an underlying technology is probably some of the best tech that came since the internet. You understand me? And I think in that way, we should,
because
we go down. I'm
yes.
in this space. I can't tell you. I done brought a lot of people in this space. Especially as a thought leader in NFTs. So I think I have a more responsibility to be objective on all things that are brought to the observing viewpoint of looking at Web3 and NFTs. You understand me? And I don't think that it says that stay away from NFTs because there was a correlation that somebody brought up about Nazism in one of the projects on how someone utilized NFTs. They don't represent NFTs. They represent their brand, and that's it. And I think that once we disconnect, then the space.
Why are you calling out Snoop, right, for the Bored Apes so-called racist allegations?
I think Snoop called me. Snoop is Snoop. Like Snoop, they asked Snoop.
No, Snoop ain't Snoop. Snoop is a black man.
Well, let me tell you what.
Snoop has that is based on Bored Apes. His son is building generational wealth off NFTs with him. And that's part of the whole narrative. Is the fact that he's a Bored Ape member. Snoop has to be on the board of the Bored Apes. Why are you calling out?
His son follows me, and I gave him kudos for utilizing NFTs. But and here's the thing, I'm still gonna post it, and I'm still gonna be objective about it.
No, the point I'm trying to make is maybe people like Snoop have actually done the research and realized that this is a debunked narrative.
I don't think so. Snoop said he don't know shit about them NFTs. He just know how to make some money.
And he also says that he trusts his son and Nick Andler to inform him about the space, right?
And his son is getting into a new space, and he found a new vertical to make money with, and he's selling weed with it and do all kinds of different things. I don't think that still goes away from if the initial branding was connected to Nazism.
Interesting.
I tell people to go buy it into the ape coin at a time so that they can make a couple of dollars, get in and out. But that doesn't still negate.
At the end of the day, bro,
be connected.
At the end of the day, this is how I feel, right? I feel like this conversation was had months ago and it was debunked. I think you guys are doing what you guys do, right? But at the same time, you guys have a responsibility to understand that this is being perceived by people in a way that I feel is shutting down the doors on opportunities for people. That's the consequence of over sensationalism. And that's just my 2 cents on it. I think to go out there and attack such a project like Bored Ape Yachts has pros and cons, and you should weigh both out before you guys go out there and start saying this is this and this is that. Think about how this really impacts the people that you're supposed to be liberating and bringing into a new space, because Web3 is life-changing shit. And when you tell people, oh, the apes are racist, and bro, I have my own collection made out of apes, and I'm a black creator called Rich Apes, right? There are other ape projects out there that have nothing to do with the Bored Apes. And people are saying, oh, apes are racist. And it's nonsense to me. But that's my...
I'm building out DAOs. I'm building out a Web3 incubator, teaching people coding skills, building DAOs, games, creating smart contracts, the whole 9, because I know that the future is in Web3. People create their own jobs. You understand me? Create their own businesses around it and get high-paying jobs in the future. So I'm going to continue to teach. You understand me? I still teach people crypto, NFTs, metaverse, the whole 9. Click the link in the bio.